Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, let's take a look at Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, ARM, Micron, and Intel. As for SMCI, I did a video in the morning that is valid for this whole week, but we'll still take a look at SMCI in just for a short while as we'll get there. When I say short while, I mean when we get to the list after AMD, we'll just visit SMCI because it's looking really magnificent, going very strong, and yeah, just been doing awesome. All right, anyways, let's start off this video with Tesla. So Tesla, as I have said in the videos prior as well, that take it just as a rebound. Overall structure has remained bearish, and it is still just in a bearish structure. There is no uptrend on the daily interval that has started. Yes, those were good rebounds that we got, but those remained just as a rebound. Now, let's get to the hourly interval. For today, the levels we were watching, definitely, I mentioned that we can still go for a retest as we break to the upside for this very level of 362 area, but it will be just a little bit of a continuation, but we are getting at a point where things may start to slow down. The title of my last video of Tesla on the weekend was also buyers beware for this very reason. Now, what do we make out of it from this current price action? Well, we are already almost forming a lower high here. We haven't formed a lower low though. We are trying to found a bottom, but the bottom is not confirmed yet. So we still are in the weakness. As I said, overall structure is still bearish, just a rebound. And now we are seeing a situation that it's a deciding phase, that will this rebound turn itself into a pivot from on the daily interval, which concluding eventually to continue higher up from here. But for that, what we'll have to see is Tesla get above $362 almost. If Tesla can get above $362, things on the overall structure will start to look bullish as well. If we can't, then unfortunately, Tesla is still in the weakness. So tomorrow, if we lose the level below like 353 and 77 cents, it's just a downside play, right? If we stay above it and we can carry on, we are still watching close to $360 and to 365 where 200 hours moving average is coming for again a potential reaction. Because as I said, for today as well, as we continue to see this rebound, just be careful around this zone because things may slow down because we are reaching the ceiling of the rebound on the overall structure, and thus as we were already seeing a weakness last particular day, that things may start to uh, slow down here, either accumulate or distribute itself and go choppy, and that's what we are having. It's still, well, technically overall structure is bearish. There's still negativeness. As I said, strength will start to come if we get about $362. And if we lose 353 tomorrow, it's just a continuation of the weakness. And anytime level by level, if we lose 348 and 57 cents, we are coming down to 341. And thus overall structure is just continuing negative on Tesla. There is one more level, $373. Its importance right now, at least for the near term, has a little bit shifted down to 361 and 97 or $362 pretty much. That's something could be looked at, which may, again, 373 is not that it's less important. It's still very important. But just getting above at this point, 362 will start an early mark of a pivot over here. And that eventually may take out 373 to the uptrend. But so it's still an intraday play on the hourly interval based off of where we are right now. Overall structure on the swing is still technically bearish. It's just a rebound that has happened. And if we get above 362 on the overall swing, if you have taken this swing short play, right? Intraday also, you can use the tools for that. But if you are taking a swing short, if we get above 362, you should be sizing out more. As I always say though, take profits in the extensions, right? And then when the rebound happens, you can size out more. And if here you could have reloaded as well for a little bit more downside, but that's the whole point. Stop loss it's a hard stop loss for a short seller. As a bull, you will need to see it get above at least start of 362 and above it 200 hours moving average. Anyways, wow, spent a lot of time just explaining Tesla here, but it was important to go over that. All right, because these are the times when the price action really is where the time requires to be invested to identify like what type of trades could be taken here, right? Because if we are in just straight going in a direction, it's simple. But when we have rebounds, that's when it gets really important to check on like, okay, what is the lower time frame telling us? What is the higher time frame telling us? And accordingly, a confluence has to be built. All right. So yeah, levels as I just went over with you, right, real quick. I just want to make sure that things are clear. I'm more only confident now for a good uptrend if we get above 200 hours moving average. Otherwise, for me, this rebound is completed, and you can already see the sell-off is happening at those areas. Okay, let's get to Nvidia. So Nvidia, just a pullback, guys. It's all okay. It just did a pullback today. Structure overall is still bullish, right? Do we have enough weakness though that intraday we can continue more lower tomorrow? So let's get to the hourly interval. So right now we came down, finding support at one of the significant level. There's a potential of continuation to the uptrend tomorrow. Sure, if we lose 138 and 72 cents, some weakness may continue. To the downside, if we stay above 138 and or 138 and 74 cents, it can just continue up from here. Again, it's not in a broken structure. Any pullback overall, as if it happens again for the day trade or whatnot, you can use the tools, but overall structure will just be fine on Nvidia as long as even we are above at this point, like any of the levels like 136 or even 133 and 82 cents. Those are all just support zone going forward on Nvidia. Overall structure is just bullish, and actually Nvidia is not complicated. And as I said, on the hourly interval as well, there's still a lot of room through the pullbacks if they happen. Definitely, if we lose a significant level, the weakness may continue at least in the near term to the level below. But that will be just that, and otherwise we are fine. Tomorrow, if you are wanting extra confirmation for an uptrend, well, 139 and 60 cents above, you can look for that. Now, one thing also, just remember, guys, sometimes move would happen just in the pre-market like today, right? And then stock will struggle because it's trying to fill those unfilled orders. So that's pretty much what has happened today, right? So just keep that in mind. So just don't ignore the pre-market moves sometimes when they're strong enough. And that's why sometimes trading on the hourly interval is helpful, not just day trading, because it helps you to capture many days of moves. But anyways, that's my take on Nvidia so far. So fine, it's bullish. 138 and 75 cents above, we are just fine. If we lose that, some near-term weakness is possible, but that will be just intraday weakness. Overall structure will remain bullish even until 133 and 87 cents on the daily interval. All right. Okay, AMD. So AMD is doing a good turnaround. All right, look, here's the thing. It's a good comeback. And at this point, AMD, as long as it's above 112 and 75 cents, we are just fine. And also on the hourly interval, as I have given you that reference line, we are still holding that reference line. Also, structure on the hourly interval has remained bullish lately. Also, and direction wise, that trend line that we have. So AMD is still just fine. Tomorrow, well, 112 and 80 cents area is still the level. As long as we are above it, AMD is still just fine. Pullbacks should be looked up in the structure for a buy as long as we are above 112 and 80 cents. Definitely, you don't want to buy blindly. You don't want to buy a falling knife. You want to buy around these levels when the price action shows confirmation. You can use 5 minutes interval to see pullback has completed and the structure from red is turning green on my tools. That's a confirmation. Eventually, that the strength is rolling back in, and accordingly level interval by interval. So you need to see strength roll over from 5 minutes to 15 minutes to 30 minutes to hour minute, and more strength as it confirms. Well, the best it is in your interest to continue to play that trend, right? So in that direction, which in this case for AMD is just uptrend right now. As I said, Definitely, if we stay above 113.67 cents from here on itself, it's fine. If we lose that, all is not lost until 112.80 cents. But yes, if we lose 113.67 cents, some near-term cool off until 112.80 cents is possible. But if we find support there, as long as we find support there, we are still fine. And AMD, it's looking good comeback. It's not a fully confirmed bullish, but it's a good comeback. It's a good rebound. Take it for that. And I do expect that it's a good accumulation and we may start to turn around soon. SMCI, as I said, I did a video on this in the morning already. Check that out. It's very valid. All in all, in summary, real quick, just check that video out actually, guys. We are just bullish. All the details are in the video that I did this morning on SMCI. All right, just yeah, check it out. Okay. ARM. So ARM is finding a pullback bounce at that very demand zone, okay, on the overall structure. So it is saving itself, okay, it is saving itself. Let's get to the hourly interval. So that rebound is coming due to the demand zone, but it's as choppy as it can get. I would only say that trade it intraday and from where it is, as long as we are above tomorrow 157.60 cents, you should look for an uptrend only on this. But we need to stay above that. On near-term level, you can also watch 158.75 cents. We stay above it, we are fine. Getting above 200 is also a good price action for a continuation. It still has a room to continue up, guys. Okay, it still has a room. I'm seeing that demand zone holding from last 2 days. Okay, so that candle demand zone is holding, so it's a good price action, a bullish price action. Micron, who thought that Micron will leave everyone behind? And well, Intel, we'll get to Intel as well. But look at the Micron, okay? So looking good. Structure remained bullish on this thing if you're using my tools, and we are just bullish. Now, definitely, we got to the 200 days moving average. The next area is breaking out above it. 112 and above, or this zone actually, 112 to 114. Above that is a good flare up. Like it's really taking out a lot of resistance, which has been there for close to 8 months. Once we take this out, that's a really beautiful sign. Again, Micron, this thing really gaps up and gaps down sometimes ridiculously, right? This is you need to trade it in a way that you are able to absorb the risk with wider stop losses if you're doing it a swing. All right, that's the personality of this thing. But hourly interval remains bullish on this thing. Good run up on this. When the structure is bullish, you should look for, again, just bullish plays. Let's see the tools here as well. And yeah, it's been bullish, guys, from here after, and also getting above the clouds. Yeah, not a single red structure at this point. If tomorrow, well, again, since we're in the bullish structure, if pullback happens, it starts to sell off. Look for 20 hours moving average significant level or any of the levels. You can actually reduce the density if you like for low volatile stock. Micron, which one of those? Today is highly volatile, but you know, but its average is a little bit less volatile, right? So, but anyways, any pullback, look for a buy until 103 and 55 cents or even 104 and 24 cents. As long as we hold above it, we are fine. It doesn't has to be tomorrow itself, like go down and come back right up. One day could be just a pullback day, right? And then the next day we'll see a bounce. But the point being, as long as we are above 101 and 86 cents, we are still technically overall structure fine on this thing. Okay, so it has a lot of room to do a pullback and still has a possibility of remaining just fine. Intel, oh, beautiful, beautiful. Look at it, guys. Look at it. This move. And even on the weekend, I talked about, right? All these areas I gave you the way to $50, how Intel can do that. It has opened up the doors to $30 now. It's just bullish pullbacks to any of the significant level, 26.41, 25.51, anything as long as we are above it, we are just fine. On Intel, we are across the board very bullish and things are just looking fine. Yeah, any pullback, 26.43 is just a pullback, 25.55 is just a pullback. Yeah, so in the structure, I mean, and it just will remain, keep the structure fine. If something changes, we'll talk about it. Right now, it's just been a bullish play, and overall structure is still bullish, and we have been continuing higher, and that's what I have been saying from many days now, right? So, all right, that's all I had for you guys in this video. If you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe, and with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care, bye.